platforms that we have, with all the effort by the regulator, and EFINA and the rest. So the pain points are, number one, misconception. There's this belief that because it worked in Kenya, definitely it should work in Nigeria. I've had the opportunity of sitting with MDs, CEOs, who said to me, you know what, I've sent people to Kenya to go and study the model. And I'm asking since then, oh, since like 7 years ago, so what have you come out of? They said nothing yet. Two, is that we believe that the rate at which phone adoption is increasing, so also financial inclusion should also be increasing. However, it's a big misconception, because our value system in Nigeria is actually cash-based. I can't go anywhere without having cash. And guess what? Even the ATM supports my philosophy. Because when it is 4 o'clock, 4:30, you see people rushing to the ATM to do withdrawal. The same banked population. So what do you then want to use those cash to do? So the misconception is there. So the solution lies in understanding our core value system. And that's why with every effort that has been made, the Esusu, their job, they are still going stronger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I did a little study. I went to a remote area around Ejigbo Ikotu. And I found out that there are several unregulated, unlicensed platforms who promise to give you credit without even collateral. Yeah. So I sat with one of them and said, can you please put me through? He said, it's so simple. I asked them to register with 200 naira. Then I asked them to do daily contribution of 500 for the next 2 weeks. When I put those figures together and the numbers, I realized that the operator has funds to finance 60% from the contribution of those who have come to register and those contribution. So one way or the other is using Peter to... And guess what? He said compliance is 100%. So how come the so-called financial institutions are not looking at studying that same model and seeing how they can enhance it in such that you can increase adoption at the grassroots? The truth of the matter is that some of the financial institutions will tell you, on the pyramid, population pyramid, I'm not concerned about the bottom. And one of the speakers before me said, the cost element. Of course, the cost element will always be there. But guess what? He who controls the bottom of the pyramid will end up to be the king in the nearest future.
Yes, sir.
So the misconception is there. The channel. The challenge again is we see the channels that have been preached over time for financial inclusion as if it's a new thing. The truth is, it's as good as the same channel that we already have, like the ATM. And guess what? If you combine the cost and benefit of ATM, agency banking, if it is another option you want to use, or the bank branches, you realize that over time, the one that addresses the bottom of the pyramid will give you more return. But the framework must be such that, number one, it identifies the various stakeholders. So for some of the financial institutions, I have gone to all their agents because I'm trying to gather intelligence. I'm not riding on secondary data. So I went to engage some of them. And the feedback was, you know what? They gave me a POS. Sometimes the POS does not even work. Sometimes I will want them to pay me my commission. They keep giving me stories. Some said, you know what? The service they asked me to provide to those who need them is even interrupting my core business. So in a particular agent, you will see like 6 POSs from different banks. So the framework must be such that helps to identify the stakeholders and build compensation model that is such that everybody will see value from themselves. Let me also shock you. From my intelligence gathering, I realized that from the 424 markets in Lagos, registered markets in Lagos, you can mobilize close to 40 billion within 6 to 9 months. Deposit mobilization turnover. So compensation model. Of course, because we are trying to encourage people to come on board, why should I make it difficult? And the reality is, I went to all the markets. Someone said, Mama Ngozi, I saw Mama Ngozi. And I asked her, how come you are not coming on board to enjoy these financial services? He said, you guys don't understand our needs. I said, can you please explain? He said, you want me to use this, that? This, that is not my priority. How will you expect me when customer is in front of me trying to get my product and you are asking me to prevent more sales by holding on to something that does not even deliver value instantly for me? So I then asked her, so what do you need? And guess what? The revelation was also mind-blowing. He said, I wish those who will provide the financial services are at my beck and call. And they can give me what I call a do-it-for-me service. Of course. That means I need to deposit. And there is an agent that is moving around, and I give that agent my money, and immediately I get value. Not postponed value, not delayed value. No, oh, it was processed, but it didn't enter, so we are reverting. He said, I must get instant value. He said, if I can have that, he said, be rest assured that not only will I want to open accounts, and I realized that this financial inclusion is a progress, is a process. Number one, I must first build on an existing tradition. Two, in such that they can trust me. It will then be easier for me to migrate them gradually to where you are forcing them to come on, which is use electronic this, use electronic that. Market intelligence. I won't mention the name of banks, but there was a particular bank I went to out of frustration that see what can work. I'm not even asking you to pay me. I'm saying, take this, use it. And the AD said to me, the challenge we have, of course, the first thing that I didn't even know that there are 424 registered markets in Lagos at that time. So when I told him, he was shocked. He said, I thought they are just like 50 to 100. But guess what I've done? I didn't just know where those markets are. I have population density of each of the markets. So I know how many people are in each market. I know the kind of thing they do. And the man said to me, the challenge we have with financial institutions is that we are intellectually lazy. I'm sorry if I'm speaking to any bankers. He said, because this intelligence can help us to innovate. However, we are so much comfortable with sit down, take coffee, let's say call, have they done the deposit? No. So those who actually want to take the bottom of the pyramid must be like gold miners. You know what gold miners look like? They don't wear tie. They don't suit up. Very dirty. But guess what? They know that by the time the gold comes out, it becomes so valuable in the market. So, market intelligence. Let me also shock you. How did I know that there are 424 markets in Lagos? Because I was curious at that time. So I was looking for data. Of course, Uncle Google was there. But Uncle Google gave me like 375 pages. So I didn't stop at the first page. Because Google statistics says almost all search stop at the first page. I think I went to 176 page. Wow. And I got this data that was developed by an institution called Loma. Because they collect refugees. So they gathered intelligence. So when I'm sitting in front of bank executive and they are looking at me as if I am, I look at them and say, but these data, they are jobs right there. So institutions and stakeholders who actually want to help must be able to gather enough intelligence that can help them to provide the solution.
Now, you said that the core value system of Nigerians is key to driving financial inclusion. Can you expand further on that? Because there's this talk about innovation, technology, cashless. but yet you tell us about the core value system.
Like I said during the presentation, that our core value as a nation is still cash-based. So whoever that is going to innovate must first put that into context in developing things that can accommodate our current situation and being able to move us with that trust element towards where we should be. So it's a gradual process. It's a gradual, and that's why you realize that the likes of Isusu, Hajo, with all the things that we've been doing, they are still going stronger day by day.
And you people are key players helping in providing services for government and, of course, payment solutions. What will be your assessment of the current financial inclusion plan? What needs to be rejigged if you look at it?
I strongly believe that all stakeholders must come to a round table and being able to look at things that we need to do together, not as a silo. And that's the only way we can move forward. All the stakeholders, both the regulators, the players, the agencies that are currently existing, and even the consumers, which are the end points of this whole thing. We need to come on the round table and being able to discuss what exactly are the challenges and how we can come together and provide a solution to that challenge. And I'm sure you are aware that SystemSpecs, the owner of Remita, is doing a tremendous work in helping this aspect of financial inclusion. We are the only platform in Nigeria that is connected to almost over 400 microfinance banks. That tells you how we so much believe in the aspect of the grassroots financial inclusion. And I think with the collaboration of other stakeholders, we believe that we can change the game soon and achieve greater success.
In terms of technology, you also talked about agency banking. Now, we had a conversation with the minister, and he was saying he wants to look at NIPOST being that channel. When you look at those thoughts, what would you be saying to that?
So personally, NIPOST could be a channel, and there are other channels. There are other channels. And what are the role of these channels? These channels are channels that are closer to the end users and can be accessed at any time and any point. Don't forget that the petrol stations are also closer. The supermarkets are also closer. And the NIPOs that you just mentioned, they are also closer. So there are a lot of channels that we need to identify and integrate them together in such that we can be able to provide this solution to all citizens in Nigeria. In so doing, we then realize that access to people's funds and access to credit can be well managed when those channels are integrated into the entire platform.